Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I am going to be talking about the couples banners that are supposed to occur next week on July 9th. So this is very important because there are 3 banners during that week, which are Landius and Angelina, Lantherd and Knight of Mysteries, and Sigma and Claret. So the 3 banners are basically standard banners, right? They're just higher rate banners where you can draw on any one of them and then get one of the heroes on that banner. So far, the event seems like any other higher rate banner, except you just have 3 of them instead of just 1. However, there is an extra event that will appear in the limited time events, and this event is what makes this couples banners so incredible. Okay, so I'm going to show last year's event to give you the information about how the couples event works. And first of all, the event runs for 2 weeks, okay? Last year, it ran from July 25th to August the 7th. 2 weeks means 14 days, and if you can farm 3 shards of a hero per day, 14 times 3 means you can only farm up 42 shards of a hero, okay? So that's not enough to hit the 50 shards you need to do the trades. However, if you just got the hero, and you've never farmed up any of their battles, remember the first clear of those battles gives you 5 shards each. So you're going to get 15 shards from clearing the character's battles for the first time. In that sense, or in that scenario, you will be able to farm 50 shards of the hero. Okay? So that's the first thing to mention. The second thing to mention is that you get a CP token when you receive any SSR hero on the 3 banners. Okay? By any SSR hero, it can actually be an off-banner SSR. Okay. So even if you get an off-banner SSR, you will still get the CP token, and you'll still potentially be able to do a trade as a result. Okay. So we call it the CP token. In-game, they call it love points for some reason. Okay. And what the CP token allows you to do is, first of all, you can trade 50 shards of any hero on the banners for 60 shards of the other hero of that banner. So in the case of last year, it was Elwyn and Leanna for 1 banner, Leon and Lana for the 2nd banner, and then Landius and Listel for the 3rd banner. Okay. So each trade can only be done once, but that means you can potentially do 6 trades, theoretically. Realistically, I don't think anyone draws 6 heroes, but you could theoretically trade 6 times. Okay. The other thing is, the CP token by itself can be exchanged for 300 memory shards, 30 Oraculum ore, or 300,000 gold. Now, those rewards are complete garbage, so nobody really exchanged for those. And as a result, I know some people have kept their CP token from last year and are hoping they can use it this year. Is that possible? We'll see when the event occurs, okay? Nobody actually knows. It's possible that they kept the same CP token, or it's also possible that they changed to a new CP token so that you can't use last year's CP tokens. So we'll see about that. So let's bring up the banners again and go over the 3 banners one more time and the best uses of the whole event, including the CP token. Okay. So the ideal use of this event, in truth, is if you're actually missing both characters of banner. Okay. In that situation, let's say you're missing both Sigma and Claret, and you draw on this banner and get one of the heroes. So let's say you get Sigma. Okay. So over the course of the 2 weeks, you farm Sigma every single day, and because of the first clear of Sigma's Gates of Fate, you get 15 shards plus, let's say, 3 shards every single day. So you're going to get more than 50 shards during the course of the event. So now that you have Sigma and 50 shards of Sigma and the CP token, you can trade those 50 Sigma shards plus the CP token for 60 Claret shards and unlock her as well. So in other words, as long as you get an on-banner hero on one of these banners that you don't have either of the heroes, you're going to unlock both heroes as a result of this. So that's the biggest advantage of this event. Okay. Other than that, in my case, I have every single hero on these banners except for Knight of Mysteries. So obviously my goal is to unlock Knight of Mysteries, right? In the best case scenario, in my situation, let's say I draw on Lantherd and Knight of Mysteries and I get the Knight of Mysteries right away. In that situation, I have a spare CP token, right? So I can use that CP token to trade 50 shards of one hero for 60 shards of another hero. So for example, maybe I will trade either 50 shards of Landius for 60 shards of Angelina, or trade 50 shards of Lanford for 60 shards of Knight of Mysteries, so that I have a higher level Knight of Mysteries very quickly, right? So in addition, if I don't get Knight of Mysteries, let's say I get Lanford, right? Well, getting Lanford means I get 50 shards of Lanford right away. So I can trade those 50 shards of Lanford for 60 shards of Knight of Mysteries and unlock her instantly. So that would be the second situation, right? The third situation is, let's say I draw on Lanford and Knight of Mysteries and I get an off-banner hero. However, even though I got an off-banner hero, I will still get a copy of the CP token. And so I can use this, so I can farm up 50 shards of Lanford and use the CP token to trade for Knight of Mysteries anyways. Okay. That last situation is the worst case scenario, because then I would have to farm up Lanford shards just to get Knight of Mysteries. But at the very least, I can still unlock the Knight of Mysteries as a result. Right? So that's my personal situation. So in some ways, you can say me grinding up 8 shards of Landius beforehand is a bit of a gamble, because I currently, I have to get Knight of Mysteries in order to be able to trade Landius shards for Angelina. So I am hoping for a kind of best case scenario, if you will. But we'll see what happens, right? And then the final use of these 3 banners is that theoretically you can get lots and lots of shards of a hero, right? So for example, let's say you're planning on grinding up the Knight of Mysteries, okay? Well, I'm going to draw on this banner, and every time I get up, and until I am forced to do a trade, I can keep drawing on this banner in hopes of getting more copies of Knight of Mysteries, right? So let's say I draw here, I get Knight of Mysteries, right? So I have a copy of her. I draw again, and my second one is another copy of Knight of Mysteries. So I now have 50 shards of Knight of Mysteries, so I now have a 4-star Knight of Mysteries right there. I draw again, and then the third character I get is finally Lanford, right? So at that point, I can trade those 50 Lanford shards for 60 Knight of Mystery shards, right? And so as a result, I would end up with, let's say, Knight of Mysteries, a copy of her, plus 50 shards, plus 60 shards, right? And I will also have 2 additional CP tokens, which I may use for trading for Angelina, or trading maybe on the Sigma Claret banner as well. So that would be a reason to draw for multiple copies of a hero, specifically, right? I can keep drawing, get more CP tokens, and keep drawing until I am forced to make a trade, at which point I stop. So these banners, as a result, have a lot of use, and it's well worth committing resources into it. The big problem, however, is that on July 30th, there is the Licorice Renetta banner. And Licorice is considered a top tier AoE attacker and dark faction buffer. And as a result, you may wish to save resources for that banner instead, especially for longtime PvP players, right? So whether you draw on the couples banner or whether you save up for the Licorice Renetta banner is kind of up to you. You should also be aware that in the August new banner is a collaboration banner, right? With Reen and Ariane Harad. So, and Reen is considered a top tier AoE attacker as well. So given that that is a collaboration event, which means it occurs like once a year, you may also want to save up for that banner too. So you can see that there's pretty much very high quality banners, one after another, right? And as a result, which banner you draw on will be a very, very tough decision to make. So I'm just going to jump in game to show off a few of these factors in action, okay? So first of all, let's say my Landius, I never farmed any of his shards, right? So on the first day, I do his Gate of Fate 1, Gate of Fate 2, and Gate of Fate 3. Since these two are first clears, I get 10 shards right here, right? Then the second day, I will clear his Gate of Fate 3, this Gate of Fate 4, and Gate of Fate 5. So the second day, I get 6 shards, right? So that's 16 shards in 2 days. I have another 12 days, and those 12 days I farm 3 shards a day for a total of 36 shards. So 36 plus 16 would give me a total of 52 shards, which means I get just enough shards to be able to do the CP token trade on the very last day. That's assuming you've never done any shard farming at all, right? in the case where you've already done the Gates of Fate of a character, right? 14 days times 3 is 42 shards. So you have to have 8 shards of the hero in advance. And thus, that's why I currently have 8 shards on my Landius. Hoping for a best case scenario, you know, we'll see, right? For me, this is a gamble because I farmed these 8 shards. If I don't do a CP token trade with Landius, these 8 shards are absolutely useless since I already have a 6-star Landius here. Second of all, right, my Angelina, I already mentioned, but my Angelina is currently at 40 out of 100 shards. So if I do end up trading 50 shards of Landius, I will instantly have 60 new shards of Angelina, and I'll have a 5-star Angelina without having to farm her up. Right. So that's the second factor. The third thing I would mention is my Lanford currently has 16 shards because I've done his Gates of Fate in the past. Right? So with those 16 shards, I only need to get 34 more shards, which would take me around 12 days, right? 11 days for 33, then 1 extra shard, 12 days. So no matter what, I will be able to get enough Landius shards to trade for a Night of Mysteries. So the very last thing I want to mention, just in case I didn't mention it earlier in this video, is that 60 shards of a hero is enough to unlock that hero for you. So 50 shards is not enough to unlock a hero, but 60 shards is just the right amount. So as long as you trade, you'll get that hero unlocked, okay? So that's the very last point I wanted to say in this video, and thank you all for watching. I hope you found this information useful to you in terms of planning out whether you would prepare for the couples event or not. And on that note, Nitro out.